Hey guys, I'm down here in the basement tonight and I'm going through this box I bought at an auction over 20 years ago. I bought this box full of tools way back before I was even thinking about getting into machining as a hobby. And it sat around here for quite a while, and then we had a flood here in the basement several years ago before I put in a pump and proper drainage. And make a long story short, unfortunately this box flooded, so some of the stuff in here got wet. A lot of it I tried to wipe down as soon as I found out, what had happened, but some of it unfortunately took some damage. But there's still quite a few interesting items in here, and I haven't really gone through it. It's funny, there was a bunch of stuff in here I didn't even know what it was, and now that I'm learning more about the hobby, I now know what a lot of these items are. But I also got some mysteries too, so just going to go through real quick. And took out everything out of the bottom here. This is one of the pieces. I have no idea what this is. This actually looks like I have a small machinist vise on my drill press that on the side has an adjustment. It's a tilting vise, and that's what this actually looks like to me. It looks like the side off of a tilting vise. Here's might be a lathe wrench. 48299 is the number on it. Got a knurling tool here. Mount that in a tool post. Got the knurling wheels on it. Looks shop made, maybe. And no markings on that. Just a piece of steel. Somebody drilled a hole in it. They obviously made this for some purpose that I'm not aware of. But, we'll keep that for nothing else, turn it into something else. Same thing with this little piece here. This looks almost to me like this was designed to be like maybe clamped in a vise. And then it's got a hole here with a set screw to tighten down whatever you put in that hole. Got this little general. It's like a little protractor, actually. Almost looks like so you got this here, and it says the General Hardware Company, manufacturing company, copyright 1937. This is a number 16 stainless steel, and it's got degrees here, so that's at 90 degrees. So clearly this is some sort of a angle gauge, like a protractor. But I noticed on this side almost looks to me like a drill gauge for measuring the angle on drills. I might be wrong, but somebody wants to set me straight on what that is, but that's what I think it is anyways. There's a Brown and Sharp inside micrometer set. Got a little bit of light rust on it, but it still moves, it's still free. Looks like one of the rods is missing. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 2-inch rod or 2.5-inch rod is in there, so looks like it's just missing one rod. Case is moldy. Inside here is a dial indicator, a big one, made by who made this? Heald. H-E-A-L-D. Look at that A is really stylized on that thing, kind of neat. Thousandths. That's a nice big one there. That didn't look like it got damaged at all. Got some rust on right there on the mount, but nothing to get your panties in a twist over. So that's a good one. Always nice to have some extra dial indicators here. I like that. The nice big one there, easy to read. This box says start micrometer, 1 inch, but it's actually filled with, it says made by carborundum on a lot of these little stones. It's a round one, made medium India, made in USA. So it's an India stone whatever that is. There's another carborundum. There's another India. It's a little one. Look at that sucker. That's a triangle shaped one. Made by carborundum. What do you use these little tiny stones for? Honing the edges on very small cutters? It's a gauge. This is a Starrett English Standard Wire Gauge, number 188. This is a Brown & Sharp 1 to 2 inch micrometer. It's nothing, it's just a regular plain old one without a case or anything. This does not have carbide tips on it or anything, so nothing to get excited about there. Here's a small micrometer made by the Reed Small Tool Works of Worcester, Massachusetts. This one's got all the decimal equivalents actually stamped right on the barrel here, which is kind of neat. But again, this is just a plain old mic. Nothing, you know, unless this is a collectible. You know, there are some guys who actually collect certain names. You know, Reed Small Tool Works. And then there was another Reed, this one here. This one unfortunately is really, this one must have been down the bottom and got the brunt of the rust damage. This is pretty badly rusted here. And also on the anvil, I see rust. Yeah. That's pretty rusted. I was going to throw this one out, and then it occurred to me maybe I'll just let the kids play with it. Here's a 1 inch standard. This is a Brown & Sharp 1 inch standard. And I did check this with micrometer, and it is what it says it is. It says 1 inch 1000. So got two of these little scales, little pocket scales. This one says the Vulcan Crucible Steel Company of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, and that's also what it says on the scale itself. It's a nice little stainless steel pocket scale. And funny thing is, this one, the style of the case is almost the same, but this one says W.A. Wood Company, Oils, Boston. So I'm thinking they gave these away as like advertising premiums. You know, you bought X amount of oil from these guys, and they gave you a free pocket scale as a, you know, little thank you or something. Those are kind of nice. This is a this is marked DP30 Cobalite, trademark of Cobal Diamonds. Tool 00, I think it says. Got some patent dates on it. It says it's made in Detroit. On the back here it says DP30. And what this has on it is this has industrial diamonds in it here. It's got 7 of them. 6 around the perimeter and then 1 right in the middle. So I don't know what that's for. I was thinking maybe that's for dressing. Maybe that's for dressing a grinding wheel. But I don't know. If you guys can tell me what that's for, that'd be nice to know. Cobalite. I guess I could Google it. If I remember when I go upstairs how to spell Cobalite. It's K-O-E-B-E-L-I-T-E. DP30. I bet you that would be an expensive little bit to buy, whatever it is, for. A little V-block with a clamp. Can't find any maker's names on this anywhere. I think this might be a shop-made one, but it seems like it was precision ground maybe. It seems like a decent little V-block. I'll tell you, it's got some sharp edges on it. But I like it, you know, it's got the clamps, so that's might come in handy. It's a small one, but still better than what I've got. Here's a nice find. This one is a Starrett T230 XRL carbide 1-inch micrometer. This has got the ratchet stopping the lock nut, and this looks like it was never used. This is in mint shape, and it's got this nice satin finish on it, so you can really see those decimal equivalents. They really pop, and it's got the carbide tips on it there, and the anvil and on the rod there, and it's the click stop, which is nice. And that all seems to be in perfect working order. That's a sweetie. I like that micrometer. And we got this is a little Brown and Sharp depth gauge. You know, this is it's a kind of a cheapy Vernier caliper, as opposed to a dial caliper. This is a Vernier, and this you actually have to think about it to figure out how to use it. This is be for real men. This is a MG tool company, New York, New York, but it says made in Italy. And it's got kind of this cheap plastic pouch, so I'm assuming this isn't a high-end caliper. This is, unfortunately, this was a nice, really nice box with a Starrett depth micrometer in it. This has got quite a bit of rust on it, but the click stop still works. And I noticed that this whole part here is spotless. So I don't know if that's stainless or what. And the rods look pretty good, not too bad. A little bit of rust on that one, but I think I can still use that. The adjustment wrench is in there too. Now this is one of the first of the mystery tools, manufactured by Brown and Sharp. Nice wooden case. It's a Brown and Sharp micrometer, click stop too. But here's what's weird. Well, it's a Brown and Sharp number 31. It says 1/100 millimeter. So I think it's a metric micrometer. But what I can't figure out about it is how it works, because it's got a thumb screw adjustment here, set screw. It's got a set screw, thumb screw here. It's got one here on the end that when I unscrew it doesn't seem to do anything. Now I can just take it all the way off. I don't know what purpose that even serves. It's got two adjustment wrenches in the box with it. It's got this larger one, and it's got this one's got the large and the small end does fit and key into this end here. So this is made to adjust this end. But what I can't figure out is how the heck you use the thing, because when I close it all the way up, it does go to 0, and then if I come around once, I'm assuming that's supposed to be, I don't know, I can't even figure this out. It starts at 25. So when I have this all the way closed, apparently that's supposed to be 25 millimeter. And then it measures hundredths of a millimeter. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So yeah, sure, I go around twice and it goes to the next division, which would be, so that would be 26 millimeter. But you see how much that's opened? It's barely opened. It's actually opened only 1 millimeter. 25 millimeter is actually from that anvil, I think, down to here. How do I know that? Because also in the box is a Brown and Sharp 25 millimeter standard. And if I stick this standard here, well, actually that doesn't quite work out either. I don't know what to make of this. So if I close this all the way down, it seems to start at 25. So if I open this all the way up to 50, then maybe the standard would fit in there. But I don't think this even goes to 50. That should be, oh, that's 46. Hold on. There we go. That's at 50 millimeter according to what I'm reading on the barrel there. But if I take the 25 millimeter standard, there you go. So why does this say 25 down here, but at 25 it's closed? Maybe somebody can explain that to me. And then the only other thing I don't like about this micrometer, because it seems like a pretty nice one, is the fact that you got to close the damn thing all the way up before it'll fit back in this box. And this is the original box, because it says right on it, manufactured by Brown and Sharp. So, might take you a wee bit of time to get this ready to go, storage wise. I mean, you got to literally close it pretty much all the way down to get it to fit. But I don't have any metric micrometers, so I do like the fact that I have one now. Or I should say I've had one and didn't realize it all this time. Alright. Very moldy case. Clearly this got wet. Starrett war gauges. It's a shame because I like these. Well, not these exact ones because they're all rusty, but I would have liked to have not had this happen to these. I think I could still use them actually. I think I could clean them up. Oh, the other night when I was down here, the battery died. This was the last item I was going to look at that point. The way these work, there's several different sizes. And what you do is if you have a hole that you want to know what the diameter of the hole is, small hole, you would stick a gauge down the size that would fit in that particular hole, and then you adjust this. This actually pulls a wedge shaped part in and out and spreads this ball apart. So what happens is you've got it down in the hole and you turn this until you feel it just grabbing, and then you pull it out and you use your micrometer and check it with a micrometer, and that's how those work. I do know I saw somebody talking about these and said that whenever these are not being used, they should be left in the fully relaxed position like that. And I happen to notice that almost all of these were unfortunately left in the wrong position. This one, especially really out there. These little ones here. This one, all of these still move. So I'm thinking I might be able to use a Scotch-Brite pad and clean up the ends and still use them. This is the only one that doesn't want to turn. It's funny how that one's still stuck. Well, I'm not going to worry about it now. I think these go for 15 or 20 bucks on eBay, a good used pair. So now, there were two items in the bottom here that are mystery items to me. The first item almost appears to be a toolbar. At least that's what I thought it was at first. The more I think about this though, the more I think I know what this is. The reason why I thought toolbar, because it looks like it would be clamped in the tool post of a lathe. And I think it is supposed to be clamped in the tool post of the lathe. But what was throwing me off was on the end here, there's just a threaded hole on the top and a threaded hole on the side. And it's marked LS Starrett. Actually, this one's marked, yeah, the LS Starrett Company, Athol, Mass. There were no part numbers on it. I think this is part of a set I think a mount would go in here, and I think like a center finder or a like a wiggler or something like that would attach to this. So I think this is actually part of more components that I don't know if they're in here or not, but I think that's what that is. I think, like maybe, see this thing was in the top. This is supposed to like be on a, I think this is like if you have something on a faceplate and you want to center the hole, you want to center the item on the faceplate. You have to forgive me, I'm not positive about how that works, but I think that's what that's part of. Might as well keep that out for now since I already looked at that. And this is the other mystery item. No idea what this is. There are no markings whatsoever on it. And it's two pieces. This round piece on the end clips on, and it's got a pin, so it stays on here, so it can't just, in other words, if I put it on this way, it could just slide up and down to its heart content. But by putting it on this way and lining that pin up and having the pin go in the slot, you can actually keep this from, there we go, like that. Keeps it from moving up and down. When I take this off, it allows this to spring open enough so that I can free these two locating holes, and I can do this. But why? So, anybody knows what that is, please share it with me. The edge here is sharp, but not like razor sharp. And there are serrated teeth here, but they're not sharp. Doesn't look like a brooch or anything. Doesn't look like it's made to cut anything. So I have no idea what that is. I would love to know. That was the next level up.